Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to Elders Boxing. We're back again with another pre-gaming show for this fight week. So it's actually October the 7th. We got some fights today. I'm gonna touch on it. We're gonna fix that real quick. So we have a fight cards all this week basically, and we got the return of Bruce Ennis. He's moving up to 154, so that's like the biggest fight for the weekend. So we're gonna touch on all of that. Before I get into it, I want to salute to everybody coming through the building. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, tap into the conversation. You can tap into my website, ldusboxing.com. I got the schedule right there so you guys can follow along. It's a nice little reference point. All right, let's get to it. So, like I mentioned, we got this country box card live from Nashville, Tennessee. You can catch it on the YouTube channel, Country Box YouTube channel. I'm gonna put it in the chat if you guys want to tap in. So they do a lot of events actually, and they kind of mix country music, live country music with live boxing. So they go back and forth with the country music and the live boxing. So I'll link that in the chat for you guys if you want to tap in. My man Martha Prince in the building. What's good with you, bro? I appreciate the support here in that super chat. He said salute, bud. Well, salute to you, bro. What's good with you? Everything good? Hopefully everything good with you. I appreciate you. So you got this card right here though, for you guys to check out. You got Craig Parker. He's top 15 rated in the WBA at cruiserweight. So, you know what I'm saying? It's good to see, what he got going on because he's one of those guys that's actually can move up the ranks. You know what I'm saying? And he really ain't done too much to get that ranking, so I want to see what he brings to the table. Also on this card, this is an interesting fight right here. Isaac Carbonell versus William Langston. William Langston is a tricky fighter. He's one of those guys that you bring in to test your prospect, but he's actually a good fighter. He can beat your favorite for your fighter. You know what I'm saying? He always come on the B side. So yeah, so you guys want to tap in? It's today. It's about to start, like I think, in another hour or two. So you want to set your notifications? Feel free. All right. So we have a fight card from Washington D.C. October the 9th. So this is Natasha Spence versus Mary McGee. This is for a WBA regional title. Now Mary McGee been out the ring for a long time, former world champion. But she been out the ring for a while. I think she had a baby in that time frame. I know she lost her title to Chantel Cameron, and then we ain't seen her since. And that was like at 140. This fight is at 154. Natasha Spence is like a journeywoman. She fight everybody, and she give your favorite fighters good fights too. She just beat Marcela Cornejo, coming off having a baby. Now we got some ironic shit right here. Mary McGee is coming off the same situation. So yeah, we'll see. This is a. I wish I had a link for this, but I just want to talk about it. It's from Washington D.C. You got Kendo Castaneda's on this card too. He's gonna face the undefeated guy Miles Mazel. Mazel is like 9-0. Fights at junior middleweight. This is a step up for him because Castaneda been around and fought everybody. So that's what it is. If I find a link, I'm gonna put that on my community page. All right, we have a card from Russia. We got some notable guys on this card. So you got Umar Salamov. He's facing Yuri Kashinsky. They fighting in a bridgeweight contest. I think they fighting for a WBA regional title. So we know Salamov been around for a while. Former light heavyweight contender. He lost to Dimitri Bivol, but he's a solid fighter. He signed with Top Rank, but that was a couple years ago. They really got nothing off the table. Um, Aslanbek Azhigov, he's a Russian fighter, pretty solid. He's facing Evgeny Shevchenko. Shevchenko, we know he's most noted for recently. He had a bad KO loss last year to Iglesias. It was a right hook that had him crazy on the ground. So he's coming back, man. This is pretty much 50-50 fight at the super middleweight division. Then you have Lanskov versus Samaki. These are heavyweights. Samaki is a southpaw fighter. He's been around in a lot of training camps with these top heavyweights. He was the one that cut Tyson Fury when he was getting ready for Usyk. They had to postpone that fight. That's the guy, Samaki. So Man, I'm trying to get a link for this too because I like watching shows like this because you never know. And then in these divisions that these guys fighting in, super middleweight, bridgerweight, and then heavyweight, they can get opportunities. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. Andre in the building. What's good with you, bro? My guy, I need to schedule a speed up, bro. Okay, more fights. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's a lot of fights. I got a lot of cards to cover. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you, Andre in the building. I appreciate you. Here's another one. So we're going to France on this one. October the 10th. Notable guys on this card in separate fights. We got Machir Soro. So he's campaigning at 160 middleweight, former contender at 154 pounds. So he's fighting on the card. Then you got Nasongui. Nasongui just fought Janabek in April. He got stopped. You know what I'm saying? He gave a good effort, but he was just outgunned. And they both of these guys, Soro and Nasongui, is they fight at 160. So maybe this is like a prelude to them fighting down the road. So and that would be a pretty good fight. So yeah, this is on Fight Nation TV. So I'm looking for it. I've seen them on social media. I'm trying to see if they got a link popping for us. But yeah, this is a Friday live from Paris, France. Here's another one. This is on Triller TV. This is Belfast in Ireland. So this is like a bunch of fighters on the card. If you guys like you want to see boxing, we got boxing. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like the essence of the whole game. Ain't no use to talk about boxing if you don't want to watch no fights. So there's a bunch of fights, Irish guys. The most notable guy that I know on here is Spike O'Sullivan. You know, he's been around for the longest time. So yeah, this is Triller TV. If you want to watch some boxing, tap in. You know what I'm saying? Also Friday night. So this is Box Fest. This is this is Red Owl Boxing. They're gonna have a card live on the Zone this weekend. It's a bunch of fights on this card, and this is the first time they stepping out of Houston. They fighting in California. This card is in California. So yeah, pretty solid card though. We got some solid names on there. Uh, Deontay Brown, he's a good fighter. He's headlining the show. You know what I'm saying? He's facing Mashoka. This is light. This is junior lightweights. Deontay can fight. Deontay Brown can fight though. He fought on this show a couple of months ago. Saul Sanchez is another good fighter. He's facing Edwin Rodriguez. So another one. Sanchez, he gave a good effort when he fought Andrew Maloney, no, Jason Maloney a couple of years ago in one of the best fights. Kind of come up short. He have good performances, then he'll have like subpar. But he's actually a solid fighter at the bantamweight division. You got Rashida Ellis is making her pro debut. Although she has been fighting with TCL, but she's making her official pro debut. She's a U.S. Olympian, the younger sister of Rashidi Ellis and Ronald Ellis, so she got that pedigree, and we get a chance to see her perform. She's campaigning at featherweight, and the way women's boxing is set up, she can be in the mix about in a couple of more fights. So probably in her fifth fight, she'll be looking at fighting for a world title or fighting a former world champion, something like that, and she can fight as well. So yeah, that's what's up. This you catch this card live on the Zone. This is a Red Owl Boxing. Yes, sir. Is that the guy Nelly was fighting recently? Um, which one? Which fight are you talking about? Because I don't think none of these guys fought that I mentioned fought Nelly. But Nelly is fighting this weekend, though. I'm gonna get to him for sure. But I'm not sure that any of those guys I covered previously fought Nelly. Maybe, maybe not. All right, moving on. So we have a card. This is Saturday. Excuse me, October the 11th. This another small show, local card in the UK, live from York Hall. So, like I mentioned, I like watching boxing all over the world type shit. So it really don't matter to me who's on the card. I like to watch. You know what I'm saying? Is that the guy is fighting this month? Decent. Um, is a guy he's fighting? Nah, he should get busy on him. Nelly's opponent, yeah, he should get busy on him, Andre, for sure. Yes, sir. But I want to see Nelly in a big fight. I know they was talking about Yonelli fighting Marquise Taylor. That shit never came to pass. That would have been a good one. So yeah, but yeah, man. This another one. You can get to know these up and coming fighters. They fight on Box Nation TV on YouTube. So I'm about to put the link in the chat so you guys can set your notifications. Like if you want to watch boxing, we got it. You know what I'm saying? So I'll just put that in there for you. We're gonna keep it moving. We also have the return of Karen Shikazen. I fuck with Karen, you know what I'm saying? I like his story. I like the underdog type shit. And we know Karen is noted for his 2 fights with Jerron Buzinis, who's ironically fighting on the same day. But Karen is in a good. This is an important fight because he's fighting for 2 regional titles in the IBF and WBO, and he's already top 5 in both sanctioning bodies. So with the division, welterweight division being wide open like it is, Karen can get right back in the mix. Since Boots is gone, like you'll have to say Karen is like at least a top 5, top 6 welterweight, maybe even top 3. I don't know. It depends where you're looking at him. But yeah, he's facing the Argentina fighter, Mafu. You know what I'm saying? And this will be on the zone too. So we'll be able to see how Karen look. Now, I have to say this. Karen is really not the most eye pleasing fighter. You know what I'm saying? You know, his probably most exciting fight was when he fought Boots. He had a fight at the second fight. Um, he had a fight after Boots, and he kind of looked so in that. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what he has and brings to the table. But he's still a tough fighter, and we already know he's in that mix at welterweight, being wide open as it is. So let's go. Who you got? I like Parker in that fight. I'll box him and then stay smart and not get hit with nothing big. We have Nelson Heisa. He's back. So Nelson Heisa is I think like a 41-year-old heavyweight that's a big puncher from Albania. So he's fighting in his home country this weekend. If he wins, then he got a big fight already penciled in January the 10th against Ajit Capiel in Germany. So, you know, Heisa signed with Queensberry. He's working with OPI since '82. That's a Italian promotion company. And he's a commodity because he probably one of the only few guys that actually called out Moses Tamu live. You know what I'm saying? And he's with Queensberry. They got a co-promotional deal, so he'll be in the mix. So yeah, and so he have to win to maintain his fight. His fight is actually on Friday, and yeah, if he wins, he got a Jit Capiel in Germany. So let's see. All right, so here's some. The next couple of shows are like kind of small under the radar, but we gotta touch on them. We got the return of former champion Miguel Burchett. You know, he's back. You know, he definitely faded fighting that lightweight. I'm not sure if he's trying to make one more last push or whatever. I know a lot of these up and coming guys would probably want his name on their resume because he's a former world champion, but he's faded, definitely faded. But he'll be back, and you know he's all action as well. So he's fighting in Mexico on October the 11th. Burchett, ain't no way, yeah, he's back for sure. And then we have a card from Argentina with some notable guys on there. So Alan Chavez versus Pablo Vicente. Both of these guys got some world rankings. Um, this is actually a good, solid fight for the lightweight division. Chavez is undefeated. His name been mentioned with Mortala, but they couldn't make that fight because he like top. He got a nice rank in the IBF. Vicente is a tall, rangy boxer. You know, tough. He can be tough to look good against. Um, he a good fighter, but I like Chavez. Chavez is a little bit more. You know, these Argentina fighters are tough, strong, and aggressive. So this one would be in Argentina. I think it's TYC Sports in Argentina. And then we have the return of Gustavo Limos. So he's on this card, making a return back to the ring after, he been on the ring for a long time. He got stopped by Keyshawn. That was crazy. Came in overweight. It was just a bad look. And then Keyshawn went through the same shit he did. That's it. No, neither here or there. But yeah, Lee Mose is a good fighter. Like, I mean, if he can get past that shit he had against Keyshawn, and he can get back to winning ways, especially at his weight class, then maybe we got something in store. I don't think Top Rank is messing with him no more, um, because of everything that happened. But I feel like he still can make a run at 140, even 147, because he's strong, and he had that one good fight with Hitchens, and that was like that what made him basically. But then they kind of took a big step back fighting Keyshawn. So let's see how he look. Now weight drain, coming in at full strength, get a win and get back in the mix at 140. So that's what's up. You can bounce back. I feel bad watching that dude fight, bro. He shot the bits. You talking about Burchett? Yeah, Burchett look crazy. Every time he get touched, he got the crazy legs. You think Schooler can get? He can win that fight. It depends what Foster is he gonna assert himself in the fight, or he gonna just fight? Foster can I think if he fight aggressive, he have a good opportunity to win the fight instead of laying back and then they telling him, "Hey, you need to win." You know what I'm saying? Like he got the clutch gene, but I feel like he can step on the gas early and kind of dictate the pace of the fight. Because I think he got all like physically. I think Oshaki Foster got the advantage in everything physical, size, speed, power. Um, Quickness. I think he quicker than Shaggy Fall. I mean, he quicker than Fulton, but Fulton got the experience and he's smart. So I feel like Foster needs to, he need to establish himself. Don't what I'm saying? He have to fight like this. Like to me, he don't fight with a sense of urgency until like the last round or some shit. And like I said, he got knockdowns late and stuff like that. But how about start a little bit early and put the pressure on Fulton? He's there to get hit too, and you're the bigger puncher, so I don't know. I think we'll see how he comes out. If he come out trying to box and match wits with Fulton and trying to play that game and Fulton slowing down the pace, Fulton gonna win. He said it's a dub. You think Mason is a lock over Notes? He's a dude that's a hell of a talent, but that chin still concerns me. Um, yeah, he was dropped. Yeah, I remember that. I think he wins the fight. I think it's gonna be a tough one. I'm not underestimating Sam Nose because he's strong and he probably the big strong puncher, the biggest puncher that I think Abdullah Mason fought. Even though Vasquez was a big puncher with a lot of knockouts, and he's underrated because people didn't know him like that. But I don't know if it's a lot, but I expect him to win, and I expect him to fight smarter in that fight. He said Nelson. He said Nelson's food. Why I got a feeling that Dale wins. I think he can win. Yeah, that's not a bad feeling. I think he can win a decision. I mean, Brian Norman Jr. was getting outboxed by Boca Chica and the other guy, Quentin Randall. You know what I'm saying? And Devin Haney is more experienced, and he can take the air out the ball, and he'll tie him up. That's gonna be the thing. Devin Haney gonna be able to get his shit off and tie him up, and then he won't be able to get his stuff off. He gonna have to stay. He gonna have to stay patient. He might have to invest in the body, and just because Devin got the tactics. He got the jab. He can tie you up. You know what I'm saying. He can kind of stall you out, and then while he's stalling you out, he can be touching on you. So yeah, that he can definitely win a decision for sure. I agree with that. The shot be too nonchalant. That's what I'm saying. He gotta pick a stance he want to fight in, whether it's southpaw, orthodox, and assert himself. He's the B side. You know what I'm saying? He said barely. Now I feel you. No, that was a trash performance. He was tired. He looked like man. He looked bad. Nah, for real. I'm with you. He looked bad in that fight last night. He got no gas tank. He can't find the inside. Is Devin going to be able to tie? I think he will. Yeah, I think he will. He'll be able to tie him up because we seen fights with Brian when his first couple of fights at Top Rank. People want to throw those away. I'm not throwing those away because I seen him uh, in mid range. He kind of smothered himself. You smother yourself against Haney, he's just gonna tie you up and hold on to for dear life. You know what I'm saying? I think he gonna have to be a little bit more versatile with his offense too. Maybe a right hand, get a right hand going. You know he gonna be expecting the hook. But I feel like that's a fight where Devin's going to make it kind of murky. You know what I'm saying? Especially if we know that he feel the power, he's definitely gonna fight smart. You know what I'm saying? He gonna take the air out the ball. That's how I see it. That Ben Whitaker match on showing the money. Yeah, that was dope. And the Lamont Roach, that shit was dope. I like that. I like that shit. They're about the same size as Norman too, right? Yeah, yeah. They're about the same size. Um, let's see. I can't wait for that fight. But definitely, Devin he can win that shit by decision. All right, so Matchroom got a double hitter, UK and the USA. Allen versus Magmadov, Ennis versus Lima. We're gonna touch on it. So Dave Allen just re-signed with Matchroom. He's gonna face that big scary dude, Magmadov. But Magmadov, he lost some of his aura. We're gonna talk about the undercard though. We have Connor Tisbury. That's that strong looking dude from a cruiserweight. Been getting some knockouts on Matchroom shows. Salim, Suleiman, excuse me, Suleiman is on the card. He's a good fighter. He up and coming. He still got a lot of learning to do. They got a kid named Joe Hayden on this card too, a welterweight. Yadin, he's a good boxer. These are flyweights. He's gonna face Paul Robertson on the card. And then you got Josh Pally moving down to 130. That's his natural weight too. He was just taking opportunities at higher weights. But Josh Pally, he coming off a knockout win after losing to Shakur in February on short notice. He's going to face Reese Bellotti. Reese Bellotti is coming off a knockout loss. I think was it to Ryan Gardner? Yeah, Ryan Gardner stopped him. But I like Josh Pally in this fight. Josh Pally is in a position where maybe a fight after this, his name gonna be in the mix with big name. Like he gonna be in the mix with big names in the UK, like Anthony Kakashi, Josh Warrington, uh, Lee Wood if he's still around, and maybe even an opportunity at a world title in the WBA because he got a nice rank. I think he's number 6 in the WBA. So yeah, they trying to build around Josh Pally and actually give him a push. And I want to see where that goes. If they give him a push, how far can he go? Is there a possibility for him to even fight Ray Ford or some shit like that? Let's see. Um, Glad Matchroom gave some footage of Lehman. Yes, sir. Y'all know I was the one that picked that said Lehman was gonna fight Boots from the start when everybody was killing me. But I got something for that. And we good. Full circle moment. Top 5 prospects. I like. I would tell you who I like. I don't know if they top, but who I like. Zaquan Moses. I like him. Um, I like. I don't know. I gotta get back to him. I know Zaquan is one. Um, I like the heavyweight that Matchroom got Otane, but he's kind. I like Pat Brown. Pat Brown is good. Um, I don't know, bro. I gotta think some more. That's 3 right there. I owe you 2 more. You think Padley gets him out of there? Uh, hey, you know what? He probably could. He probably could. Reese Bellotti, yeah. He had a good run, but he didn't look good that last fight. So he looked alright. Do you think Eddie is done with Cole after the injury? Shit, might be. You know what I'm saying? He might be done with him. I don't know. Because they don't really have no plan, but I don't think so because he got a good management team. You know what I'm saying? And I think he probably owe him another big fight, another good fight because he went down to Mexico, and that was crazy. He's a matchroom fighter, and they took his ass down to Mexico. I don't know. They was expecting him to lose or some shit. So I don't know. Not sure. I'm gonna say no though. If I had to guess one. All right, the co-main event: Boston versus Fazwaz 2. These guys fought before. Real close fight. Baston, what's his name? Baston. This kid, he got potential, man, but I don't know, he missing something. I don't know. He's a good fighter though, and he made the fight way too hard the first fight. So let's see if he learns some shit and if he can come back and look better. You know what I'm saying? But he's a good fighter. I like that Visioli kid. That's another prospect. I like him too. He's solid. Um, Allen versus Marmadal. So this is interesting right here because Dave Allen, he's a good fighter, but he just never took boxing seriously. Not like that. He got good qualities. Like he got a world class chin. He only been stopped one time. He ain't really never been hurt like that. And he's a good body puncher. In the heavyweight division, if you got those two things, you can go. You can do some things because a lot of the heavyweights don't invest in the body like that. And Dave Allen's just like you know, he's a feel good story. He always fun to watch. He just never took this shit seriously. But he gonna have to take this one seriously because Mamadov is bringing it. Even though he's limited, but he's bringing that shit though. The first couple of rounds is gonna be dangerous. Like I mentioned earlier, Marmadov is a big, scary looking dude, but his aura is gone. You know what I'm saying? Jake Caballero took some of that, and then I think the other kid, Guido Vanello, he took it too. And ironically, he fighting this weekend too. So he's not. He even though he looks scary, once you get past a couple of rounds, what I'm saying, you'll be all right. He is coming off a first round knockout. And like I said, Mamadov is dangerous. I like to see Mamadov use some of his amateur style in this fight. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be rough and tumble, and he's trying to get you up out of there. But I don't know if that's the way because Dave Allen, I think he got a good chin. You know what I'm saying? If he can be able to stop him, that's something to say. You know what I'm saying? But he's 6'5". You know what I'm saying? You don't got no jab. You can't set nothing up. He's so one dimensional. He fall in from his shots. I think Dave Allen, listen, I think he going to win this fight. Even though the dude is scary looking, it's going to be dangerous early. Once they get past maybe like the fourth or fifth round, and that dude going to start holding, I think Dave Allen going to end up stopping him, maybe to the body or some shit. I don't know. But we'll see. But this is a big fight for Dave Allen. They talking about Wilder. They talking about other names after this, Pulev. So yeah, bro, let's see. And he's headlining his show, so let's see what he brings to the table. It should be fun though. It should be fun. Tamir Smalls. Oh yeah, yep. I'm gonna touch on him. That's a good fight. Yes, sir. That's a good fight. I got Dave too. He's been through the fire before. Yeah, he fought everybody. Been through it. He's on the rise right now. He's taking this seriously. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. All right. So the second half of that doubleheader, we got Boots versus Lima. Um, this is now for the WBA interim title. My bus, the WBA interim title at 154. We're gonna touch on all of that, and then the undercard. So we got Harley Medeiros on this card. He's a good puncher, Puerto Rican. I think he signed with Kevin Conley. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of been moving his career a little bit slow, but he can fight though. So let's see if we gonna bring some fireworks to the table. Giorgio Vizioli, he's gonna face the tough, rugged James Wilkins. This is a good fight. This is what you need to. This is how you test your up and coming prospect, right? Because James Wilkins can fight. He can fight, and he's gonna bring it. He's not gonna quit. He's gonna come with it. He's rugged. He can box. He can do a little bit of everything. Vizioli is a good southpaw, good boxer. He got good power too. So if he can make a statement and stop James Wilkins, that's something to say. We're gonna see though. But his name is ringing out. He's calling out Carmel Moulton. He said he'll fight Zaquan Moses when time is right. So I like it. I like his swag. I like what he brings to the table. Let's see how he travels because this is his first fight in the U.S. You know what I'm saying? I'm the LD. What's good with you, bro? I think he hurt his hand. Yeah, he hurt his hand. He hurt his hand. Um, yeah, he hurt his hand. We have Zaquan Moses on the card, good boxer. He in that mode of his cousin Shakur Stevenson. Yeah, man, I like him too. good fighter, young, still developing. I ain't really asking for much for him. Like everybody want to see power and all that shit. That's cool and nice, but I think his mark is gonna be a great boxer. And don't veer away from that because that's what's gonna bring make him a good fighter, being a good boxer. But as of what I seen, man, he's nice, sharp, super sharp, and I think he'll continue that. Tamir Smalls versus Roman. So this, my man mentioned in the chat, this is a good fight, underrated fight right here. Jose Roman is the guy that beat Jaleel Hackett in Puerto Rico, and I mean, I thought Jaleel Hackett actually won that fight, but he was making that fight so hard too. You know what I'm saying? Fighting this. I don't know. He wasn't fighting real smart in that fight, and they gave Rahman the fight. Tamir Smalls is in that boots camp. He's a good young fighter as well. So this is like a step up for him, and they fighting for a WBA regional title in the welterweight division. And like I mentioned, that division is kind of wide open. And we already talked about it. Y'all already know. So it's important for these guys underneath it to kind of just, build their way up because they can potentially get a big fight down the line. So, good undercard with some good young fighters, though. It's cool. We got a good heavyweight fight. This heavyweight fight moved up as a co-main event because Khalil Cole and Jesse Hart is off. That was the original co-main. But Alice Barreri versus Guido Vanello. Um, this is a tricky fight though, because Barrera, I don't know, he's from Canada. He's okay. Ain't nothing crazy with me when I see him fight. He's trained by Sugar Hill Stewart. But it ain't nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? He ain't like, I don't know. He ain't jumping off the screen at me. And I feel like a guy like Guido, who's been around, fought better competition, coming off a good win over Makhmudov, he can do some things in this fight. You know what I'm saying? Now, Bieri is a southpaw, so maybe that's something to whatever. But I think Guido got the edge in this fight. I think Guido is the favorite to me. Because this guy he alright. He got 10 knockouts and 12 wins. But y'all know what that is. He ain't really fought a lot of top guys. I like to edge it to guys. We big on resumes, but I think it's more so not just resume, but who you fought and how you fought in those fights. And sometimes you can't make up for that experience. And I think if Guido boxes well, and do the because this guy is not Richard Torres. Richard Torres was able to beat Guido because he was just rough and rugged and fight on the inside and tough and all that shit. And Guido had the hold. This guy don't fight like that. He's gonna be, they basically gonna be boxing and shit like that. And that's a better matchup for Guido. So I think Guido can edge out a decision. You know what I'm saying? I think he can. So we'll see. He said, "Damn." TJ, what's good, bro? Yeah, man, I heard about your shit though, man. On Twitter. This is another reminder. I said something about this earlier, but if y'all get a message from me about some podcast or some bullshit like that, don't click that link, bro. They out here hacking people out here. They done got my man TJ. They got like a bunch of people already. They got me. Last week I was down bad. I had to keep, what I'm saying, hitting at it, keep contacting them dudes behind the scenes. But if you get something from me on Twitter, bro, don't delete that shit, bro. Don't click on it. None of that shit. Because if you do click on it, you need to change your password ASAP. You know what I'm saying? Because they get people's information and then they taking their account and they sending shit out, some spam shit out. And the shit is going crazy, bro. I clicked on that link trying to help somebody out because somebody sent it to me. I'm like, oh, let me help them out. I clicked on that shit, and next thing you know, my shit just it went crazy. So, and I put that like when it happened to me the first time, I told everybody on Twitter and shit, and then they got me again. They came back and got my ass, right? So I was like, shit. I kept trying. It took me like 3 or 4 days to get it back. And when I got it back, they didn't delete my tweet when I'm telling everybody, yo, chill. don't click on it, or they got me or whatever. They deleted my tweets. They sending more shit out. People hit me up. Oh man, it's crazy. I'm like, you can have it, but if you really want it, you can have that shit though. To be honest with you, we still nice. I'm just saying, it's just um the reason why I want to get that shit back though, because like it's a lot of good people I met off Twitter and shit. A lot of good people, a lot of good information that I can put out and whatever. That was the only thing starting over, but at the end of the day, they can have it. He looked like shit against Torres because he couldn't deal with this style. That style, it was too rugged for him. I don't know if that guy gonna fight like that. He's a Jersey got a solid crop of talent. Shakur Quinn, Ray Ford, Cole, yep. Shadeja Green, yes sir. They do. That podcast, yeah, that's that got me too. Yep, yeah, they got me twice. Yep, they came back. I think the second time because they put some type of a password key on my shit where I had to keep. It's crazy. It's a long ass story, but what they doing? They put like I forgot what it's called, but they trying to get your ass. Yeah, they got me, but we back. All right, so the next one, man. This is since I got my Twitter back, you know what I'm saying. I had to put this out because when I was mentioning this fight way before anybody else was even talking about it, they thought it was crazy, and then it actually happened. And this right here is from August 23rd. That was the same night as Abbas Baru and Tellus, Joannis Tellus. And this is what I said, right? This was going to happen. They're going to elevate that fight from eliminator to a WBA interim. And like clockwork, that's what they did. So there's no big secret on the route that Boots Ennis was going. It was just a lot of what you call it, like window dressing with all these opponents. They send contracts and offers to like 8 different fighters, but I just zeroed in to what made the most sense. That's how I got it right because I was looking at the rankings. I'm like, bro, none of them dudes gonna fight. You know what I'm saying? This guy right here and I said it, he's the best available guy at 154. And I say that shit, motherfuckers like, what you talking about? This dude is a bum. He's this, he's that, and this. I'm like, all right, watch Boots fight him. And here we go. So, Boots versus Lima. This is Boots' first fight at 154. I'm so interested in this fight because Boots said he only been fighting at 30% at welterweight. And I'm like, damn, looking like that, fighting at 30% is crazy. So I want to see the other 70. If he's saying he come into 154 and he gonna be 100%, man, we about to see some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we about to see Ray Robinson, uh, the prime Roy Jones Jr., Muhammad Ali, all types of shit rolled into one. Because I don't know. So Lima is a tough guy, southpaw. He been around the block. He's a road warrior. He go to the guys' countries and stop them. That says a lot. And if you seen that little piece they did about him for Matchroom, you can tell they got a lot of confidence. They ain't looking all nervous and scary. He's a big, strong guy at 54. Going to be in some good shape. Now, he's not the most technically sound guy. He's a come forward fighter, throw a lot of punches. He's strong. He got some power, but he's not like the most precise puncher. A lot of wide shots, and sometimes you can beat him to the punch. His only loss was to McKenna, Aaron McKenna, who's an up and coming prospect, strong. And he took that fight like on 5 days' notice. So, when we see his name and we go to BoxRec, we're like, oh shit, he lost to this guy, but we don't know the context. So, and he fought hard in that fight, and those scores was a little bit wide. So I do give him that. With that being said, I don't think he beat Boots. You know what I'm saying? Even with Boots, if Boots was fighting at 30%, what I've been seeing, I still don't think this. I don't think Lima will beat him. I think he's gonna give it a tough fight though. Boots gonna be too fast for him. I don't know about too strong, but he's gonna be too fast, and I think he's gonna start getting to him. It's interesting to see if this guy don't go. what Boots, how would he stick to a different game plan? Will he box a little more, or will he just come straight forward? Like Boots don't have, uh, he don't have fill out rounds. He gets straight to the work. You feel me? He gets straight to business. No fill out rounds, and he's trying to put some hurt on you, and then he can break you down. Now I don't know, like I never thought of Boots as this big one punch knockout artist, but a lot of accumulation, and he's so fast, and sometimes you don't see where the punch is coming from. So let's see. I think Boots wins. I think he'll probably break him down, probably like 7, 8, something like that, and put on the show. Now we'll know if Boots is in total control when he started to showboat and play around with his food a little bit. You know he's in control. He feel like that guy don't got nothing for him. And if we get that shit, bro, we about to have a spectacular show because Boots get down, and this guy he has the style that's gonna make Boots look real good because he ain't boxing and moving and setting traps. He's coming forward and he's throwing a lot of wide shots, and that's like a good recipe to see a action packed fight. So let's see. I think Boots win. He'll be if Boots is number one in the WBA. This is the interim title fight, so that would make him basically the mandatory for Abbas Baru. Abbas Baru and well, they said Charlo was the mandatory come out of recess, but I haven't heard nothing since they said that. Since that was put out. Abbas Baru is a free agent. He looking. I don't know what he's trying to do, but if he's at the fight, then you know what I'm saying. Maybe they gonna make that next. Maybe Matchroom gonna sign him, or they can make that fight. I know Xander Zayas said he want to fight Abbas Baru for unification. I take that, but Boots, he's looking to make a statement at 154. If he's bringing that other 70%, it's about to get spooky out here. It's about to get spooky for real. He said, "Yes, sir." Lima ranked in 3 sanctioned by also the IBO. Yeah, it was just people that when they don't know somebody, they start giving them nicknames, they start trashing the fight, then they'll start putting extra stuff on Boots like, oh, he gotta knock him out, he gotta knock him out. But they're not understanding what this guy brings to the table. He may be tough, strong, you know what I'm saying? They don't know him, so they'll definitely trash him. But I think it's a good welcome to 54 fight. I don't know why I feel like this is going to be like Ennis and Clayton. Ennis and Clayton, I don't know. Let's see. If he do him like he did Clayton, then that's saying something for sure. I mean, if he bringing that 70%, he should do him like that. So let's go. And then the last one. So this is Sunday, October the 12th. We got a card from Hollywood, Florida. So these guys, I think is this is heavyweight. This is the heavyweight factory. They put on a card with Warriors boxing. So you have your Nelly Hernandez. He's a top middleweight contender, number one in the WBA. He's headlining the show. In a fight, he should win and go crazy on. He's a most sought out type of guy. Like we want to see more of your Nelly Hernandez, young fighter from Cuba. He got a nice style. Got power, can box. I mean, he beat up on Kyron Davis. I didn't think he was gonna do him that dirty, but he did him dirty. So yeah, I want to see how he looked, and then get him right back in the mix with some big names. Middleweight division. I mean, look, we look like we're gonna get Janabek and Lara. That's dope. We having the press conference for Roach and Pitbull tomorrow, and that's supposed to be the co-main. So maybe they'll be out there in San Antonio. And I want to see Hernandez get in the mix some way, somehow. Also, you have Armando Martinez. He's a top 5 contender in the WBA at lightweight. Now, this is a tune-up fight for him. He already got a fight scheduled in December on that Riyadh season card in Saudi on the undercard of Naoya Inoue and Alan Picasso. So he's fighting one of those Japanese fighters. But first things first, he has to win this fight right here. And I'm pretty sure he will. This guy, he been fighting kind of low competition, but he's good. He's solid. We just have to see him step up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And then you got some heavyweights on the card. Gustavo Trillo. I think he fought on Deontay Wilder's undercard, the one he fought in June. And then Lorenzo Medina, he's on the card. So 2 heavyweights. Aaron Aponte is on the card too. He used to be with Matchroom. They let him go. So yeah, this is Sunday, and I'm still looking for some TV for this because they don't really be having TV. Winston Lee, what's good with you, bro? Salute to you. All right, so that's it, man. If you guys want to tap in with the schedule, this you can go to my website, ldusboston.com. You can keep up with the schedule. There's a lot of fights this weekend, so yeah, bro. We get to see the boots. That's the biggest story for this week in the ring. We get to see Boots back, and he's campaigning at 154. So yes, sir. Hopefully everybody can tap in with this boxing, man, and let's see some good fights. I want to salute everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe. That's my time, and I'm out.